welcome back to the Capital Lounge. I'm Morgan Reynolds with Beyond the Trend, and today we're going to make something really delicious. I'm very excited. Our special guest is Tony Schnur. Thank you for being here, Tony.
No problem.
He doesn't know what he's in for. It's going to be great. And on special loan from 21st Amendment Distillery is Keaton. Welcome, Keaton.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so you know how it goes. We're going to make a drink, and then we're going to sit and have a chat about Tony's business and all the very cool things he's doing here in Vero Beach. So to get us started, Keaton, what are we making today?
So we're gonna make like a winter style cocktail, kind of a spin off one of our favorites, our espresso martini at the distillery.
Yeah.
So I've got our 2180 bourbon, our house hazelnut liqueur, some espresso, a little simple syrup, and we're gonna be doing a vanilla espresso martini with the hazelnut liqueur.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
start off with the bourbon.
You're an espresso fan, right?
I love espresso.
Yeah. And you do also go to 21st with it, right?
I do, yeah. It's one of my favorite spots. I really like the vibe there.
Yeah, it's definitely a nice little vibe.
We're a little bit regulars, you might say. What, this one?
Hazelnut.
Not this. Okay. So is this, what's special about the bourbon? This is your original blend?
Yes, it's honestly our most popular. It is a single barrel bourbon, 90 proof. It's really versatile. It's great for cocktails.
90 proof.
Yes, yes.
Okay,
I'll do
good.
the vanilla paste as well with bar spoon. So yeah, great for cocktails. Great for drinking on the rocks, neat. Really, however you like it. In all honesty.
This is a working bar. We can just make a mess. It's fine.
Oh yeah. That's how it is over there too. You can't not make a mess.
Everything's better when you're making a mess in the process, I think.
Especially when it's busy, stuff goes fine. You just
Keep
keep
it
moving.
Keep it going. Yeah.
What is that?
So this is the simple syrup. It's kind of what takes away some of the bitterness of the fresh espresso. Gives it some body as well. Go ahead.
Tongs? Not tweezers. That's not what we use here.
Yes, please. Actually. Perfect.
We try to be equipped, but constantly things are going missing. So yeah,
We're doing it.
there was
We'll get it there.
a couple trips needed to be made back and forth.
I'm sure you're used to improvising.
Every day. Every single day. Nothing ever goes right.
Now, the reason that we're making this is because I said maybe something a little festive or holiday themed or something that's good around Christmas time.
Yeah.
Because Tony is the world's biggest Christmas fan.
It's true, it's my favorite. I am a little biased though.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about why.
Give this guy a shake.
Just imagine like the air is cooling down. We're getting ready for the holiday season. Settle down with a nice little espresso martini before you hang some Christmas wreaths, right?
Yes.
You gotta set the mood.
Could you hand me the strain this as well?
So professional. If I was trying to do this, it would be a disaster. It smells delicious.
Yeah, you can really smell the espresso.
Do you guys use a special type of bean or anything?
We actually get our beans from a local coffee shop and roastery at Rio Coco,
Oh, nice.
right across the street.
There you go. We know them.
All right.
Everybody's neighbors down here. So for those of you who may not know, 21st Amendment is literally right outside our back door, and Rio Coco is right outside our front door.
Oh, yeah.
So we are really in an ideal location for all the beverages.
Why do you always use 3 beans and stuff? Because I've noticed like they tend to do only 3.
So only 3, no more, no less.
Okay.
It kind of depends on who you ask. I hear tons of different reasons why it's 3 beans or different words, sayings, but I like it as like peace, love, prosperity, peace, love, happiness.
Nice.
Tons of different live, love, laugh,
Of course.
So there you go. Bourbon
Perfect.
espresso
Great.
martini.
Aw, thank you.
Dig in, guys.
You're not joining us? He's on the clock still.
Yeah, a little bit.
All right. Cheers.
Enjoy.
Let's taste it.
Wow, that's really good.
That's dangerous. Thank you. They really all are, yeah.
Thank you guys.
All right, everyone, go visit Keaton at 21st Amendment and the whole gang over there and ask for the original bourbon blend. It's delicious. And then grab your favorite drink. Come join me and Tony. We're going to talk about Christmas and Vero Beach and all the good things. Thanks, everyone. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Coffee, Cocktails, and Capitalism. I'm Morgan Reynolds with Beyond the Trend, and today I have a very special guest. I know I say that every time, but this particular guest is also a huge fan of Christmas, like myself, and you might even say that he is the king of Christmas here in Vero Beach. We're going to learn all about that and more with Tony Schnur. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me. This is great.
Also, thank you to 21st Amendment. We really enjoyed the delicious bourbon espresso martinis that you made for us. So thank you for lending Keaton. He was fabulous. Everyone, go across the street to 21st Amendment. Get yourself an espresso martini. It will make your day tremendously better. All right. So Tony, not sponsored, by the way, but I have to say that so YouTube doesn't ding me for it. Okay. So Tony, you are perhaps best known to people here for being part of lighting up McKee Gardens every year at Christmas time. Is that right?
I believe so. Yeah.
So tell us the name of your company and just like briefly what happens at McKee Gardens at Christmas time.
So I own a company called Elite Christmas Landscape Lighting, and we've been working with McKee for, I believe, like 5 or 6 years now. We're one of the main people responsible for helping them with their holiday lighting program. So I had the opportunity to join them a while back, and we've grown it year after year. So it's been kind of the staple of Vero for the holidays for the last several years. So we're working together now to kind of keep that going and keep promoting it and grow it bigger and bigger every year.
That is awesome.
Yep.
And that is a pretty big tourist attraction. Like word gets out about that, right?
Yeah, so we're trying to expand like every year, like I said. So a lot of people come out through it for Vero. But I believe they're trying to do some marketing so that they can, kind of get the word out throughout like the Palm Beach area. So, some of those people can come up here and check it out as well. I believe they had like around 15,000 people come through last year. I don't know the exact number, but I know it was pretty.
That is a very high number,
yeah.
Especially for this area.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's great.
Yep.
How long does it take you guys to set up something like that?
So our portion, we don't do the whole thing, obviously, but our portion usually takes us, about 4 to 5 days. The reason why it's not so long is because I have a large team, so I send out all my crews there. So we have about 16 installers that will work there for 10 hours a day. So it's roughly probably around, 360 hours worth of man hours, putting this together. So it's a lot of work, but we have a lot of other clients, so we try to get it done as quickly as possible.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, high demand at Christmas time.
Yep.
I've seen your videos referencing the National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation lighting fiasco. So if you haven't seen those, go check them out. They're kind of hilarious. But yeah, it seems like you probably have a pretty professional group of people that know what they're doing and can get it done fairly quickly.
Yep.
So Tony, let's go back to the beginning. When did you first start getting interested in Christmas lighting?
So yeah, I've always had a passion for Christmas as a kid. It was, it still is my favorite holiday, of course, but when I was growing up, my family, we decorated every year, and that's kind of something that I always looked forward to. So I kind of started, really doing it for some neighbors and friends and stuff, and, kind of grew from there in terms of like, that was where I got the original idea for the business. But it's always been a passion of mine because I enjoyed Christmas and so much as a child growing up.
Yeah. So where did you grow up? Where were you born and raised?
So I was born in Wisconsin, born and raised in a smaller town called Sheboygan. So I lived there for 18 years, and then I went to school in Milwaukee. I lived there for 4 years before I moved down to Florida.
Nice. My grandparents lived in Wauwatosa.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
this.
So we
Yeah.
went up there quite a bit. And what did you study in school?
So criminal justice, I have a bachelor's degree.
Okay. And then you made it down to Florida somehow, some way. You were like, enough of the cold. We're done. How did you get to Florida?
Um, so long story short, my grandparents were kind of living down here seasonally, and then they came down here full time. So I was going back and forth and kind of exploring the area for vacations. And then my parents ended up buying a home here. And while I was in school, they made the transition where they moved down here full time. And then when I was done with school, I decided that was a great time to move down. And, I liked growing up there, but the weather down here, you just can't beat it.
You can't beat it. It's much better. I do not miss the frigid cold winters. So once you got down here, were you able to find a job right away, or what were you doing?
So I graduated. It was kind of a unique time because that was right after the housing crash around 2009. So there wasn't a lot of jobs available. I took a job, a temporary job, something I didn't see myself doing full time, working for a car rental agency. And then I decided to go to school to become start a career in law enforcement. That was something that was kind of ingrained in my family. I had a grandfather and a cousin who were in law enforcement. So I never really pictured myself doing something, in a typical office job. So I put myself through the academy doing that, and then I got picked up, working a job in law enforcement, which I did for about 6.5 years.
Nice.
Yeah.
And that was here?
Yeah, here in Vero.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm always curious, if you're in public service in the town that you live in, is that more difficult because you kind of know the people that you're working with and helping, or is it easier because
Definitely makes it more difficult. A lot of guys try to avoid that because you do run into people that you see while working and they recognize you. So it's something that is probably not the best thing to do, but you got to do what you got to do.
well, it's important, right? We
Yeah.
need our law enforcement officers, and you're probably it's better to live in the town that you're serving, I think, because then you can you care that much more about the people.
That's true. Yeah,
You
it's a
know?
little bit more personal. Yeah.
Yeah, but I can imagine it would take a little bit of a toll on you too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So eventually you decided to do something different.
Yeah. So, I had a unique schedule. So I was working 12-hour shifts. So I had a lot of days off. And, I was really wanting to kind of come up with a side hustle so I could make some extra money over the holidays. And then I was thinking about business ideas, and I kind of realized, hey, going back to my passion, like maybe people would be interested in that because I had a lot of interest in it when I was doing it for like neighbors and stuff. People would ask me about it, and there was a lot of demand, I felt like. So
Helping with holiday
yeah,
decorating.
so it wasn't really a big industry at that time. That was 14 years ago. So I did some research. I found maybe one or two companies that had been doing it. They were mainly based in South Florida, so I thought, this would be a great time to, start a business doing it here. So I gave it a shot and built out a website and kind of printed off some business cards and some pamphlets and,
Do you remember what year that was that you started?
2011. Yeah, that was the
2011.
first year I did it professionally as like a business. Yep.
Nice.
So kind of grew organically from there. I remember one of my first jobs was a local country club, and they're still my client to this day. So,
Oh, that's great.
yeah,
14 years later?
yeah, 14
That's
years later.
insane.
Yeah,
Wow.
so
Good for you.
that's when I really realized that, I think that this was a promising idea when I got my first commercial client and realized that, okay, this is a real business idea.
Right. Yeah, you can really build something there. What was it like to maybe hire your first couple of employees?
So that was always a difficult thing for me. I'm a pretty much a bit of a perfectionist, so it was very difficult for me to kind of give up control of certain aspects of, running a
I
business.
think that's true of most business owners.
Yeah,
Nobody is going to love your business quite the way that you do.
exactly.
Yeah.
But, I got to the point where I realized that I'm only one person. I can only do so much. So in order to scale the business, you kind of need to give up some forms of control and leverage other people to help you build the company. So I actually read a really good book back in around that time. It was called The E-Myth. So it's a great book for people that, it's all about scaling business and, kind of getting past the owner operator term of thinking. So it really helps you scale and, delegate tasks to other employees and come up with, SOPs and different procedures and manuals on how to do things and really scale your business.
Interesting. So did you kind of dedicate a specific period of time to doing that? Were you like, okay, this is the year I'm going to put systems in place, I'm going to hire X amount of people, or did it just kind of happen in bits and pieces?
It kind of really happened organically out of necessity. Yeah. Yeah. As we kept taking on more and more clients, I realized that, hey, I can't do this myself. So I was the main person that was, supervising everything. And then I finally got to a point where I was like, listen, I can't be out here in the field, overseeing multiple crews of people. I need someone else to help me with this. So that's when I really realized that, I needed to hire some more people to kind of help with the operation portion of the business.
Okay. So how many people do you have today that are a part of the company?
So we're very seasonal based. In the off season, we just focus on event and landscape lighting. So we'll scale from like now we just have like 3 or 4 employees, and then come beginning of October we'll scale up to about 20. That number always grows a little bit every year. So, but that's what we're projecting for this year. So about 20 employees for October through February.
Okay. Do you have any idea how many projects you do in a season?
So last year, I believe the number was around 275.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
That's
so
a lot.
and
It's a lot of Christmas lights.
it is a lot of Christmas lights. Our typical projects aren't usually like what you consider a small project either. We do a mixture of residential and commercial, but most of our residential is kind of more of a larger scale display.
Okay. So can you share maybe some special projects or some of your favorites, or
Yeah.
what was something cool you did, last year?
I mean, last year, obviously McKee is probably one of my favorites. I love doing work locally because, I really get to see it. And McKee is special to me because living here in Vero, I get to go through it every year. And it's kind of become a tradition now where like my family will come down and we'll go through it together. Like
Oh,
we'll
that's
have dinner and go
awesome.
through it together.
Yeah. Make it a whole little event.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
and it's cool because we kind of, change it up every year so they get to see something new. And my nephews get to go through it, and it feels really rewarding for me. But in other special projects, I would say like one year we worked with Kennedy Space Center. So we got to do a lighting display for them, which was really cool. I've done some projects for like the former Versace mansion. We did some lighting there. Some as far as South Beach all the way to like the West Coast.
How long ago was that Versace mansion?
I think the last time we did it was like 2 or 3 years ago.
I was probably there that year.
Probably,
That's
yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll go back and look at the pictures and
Yeah.
judge how
We
you guys
worked with
did.
the Satai too down the street.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, in South
Okay.
Beach.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 well-known hotels.
Yeah, that's great. So do you have to physically go and pitch a lot of this business, or how does that work?
So where I'm at now in my portion of my business, I like to focus on sales. That's something that I'm really passionate about, and I enjoy doing it. So I do tend to go to a lot of the sales consultations. Due to the vast amount of inquiries we get, we can't attend them all, obviously. So we do some quotes virtually, but for like the larger commercial projects, I usually go out on site and meet with the people.
Yeah. So a lot of those bigger projects, is a lot of that incoming business now, or do you still kind of go out and do some door knocking and things like that?
Yeah, well, we do some marketing now. So and with being in the business for 14 years, we have established a good reputation. So we find a lot of people find us or have heard about us. And then obviously we have our existing customers who, usually use us
Come
every
back
year.
year
So
after year. Yeah.
every year our project list grows a little bit more every season.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you a little bit about, you told me one time that you guys, I'm not going to use the right word, but you're like a distributor for lights as well, or am I
So
not saying that correctly?
no, that's accurate. Going back to probably about 8 years ago, I realized due to the vast amount of lighting products that I was purchasing, you know, I
I
wasn't,
can't even imagine.
yeah, right. I got two warehouses full.
Oh my gosh.
But
So many Christmas lights.
yeah, so and one of the things I was really realized is that a lot of the products were lacking on quality and certain things that, I thought could be improved upon. So I decided to vertically integrate into manufacturing holiday lighting and decor, which we distribute throughout the country. So we do also sell a lot of lighting and decor products to mostly other commercial installers throughout the country. Obviously, it's available to residential too, but we like to focus on more the commercial side.
Yeah. No, that's great. Was that very difficult to do?
Yeah, it's totally different aspect of the business. So, I wasn't busy enough, so I decided to take on more.
They say if
But
you want something done, you have to ask a busy person. So you
exactly,
must have been
yeah.
the man for the job.
Yeah, so it's a lot of late nights communicating with factories overseas and sending emails and product samples and going back and forth on tweaking products and developing new concepts. So
Oh, do
um,
you guys do some development too?
yeah, it's funny you should say that because we're actually about to introduce a new light set this year, something I'm pretty excited about.
Really?
Yeah, so
Oh,
it's a new
okay.
product. Kind of something proprietary I came up with. There was some problems with, the current lighting on the market. So I basically came up with this concept of tweaking couple different products and combining them and to create the ultimate light set. So I'm pretty excited about that.
That's great. Good for
Yeah, we're
you.
supposed to receive the shipment of that in the next month or so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent. Is that something that you'll be using in a lot of your projects or just kind of, it works in special situations?
So it's definitely good for coastal applications because it works as a low voltage product. So it helps prevent things like GFI trips and whatnot. But
Nobody knows what that is except for you.
exactly. It basically a simple way of saying it is like it will keep your lights on rather than,
Great. Perfect. We love that.
so it will make them shine all year round. Yeah, and it also uses some technology to grip the tree where you can use it without using as many staples on the tree, especially with like working with like certain like the McKee Gardens and stuff.
Right.
It's important for us to preserve the vegetation that's there. So this is actually a product that I introduced to them. They were pretty excited about it because we can actually use this on their trees without using staples. So they were pretty excited about it.
And that's part of that same new light product, or it's a different one?
So no, this is all part of one product.
All built in. Yeah.
So.
Okay. This might be a silly question, but are your lights like turtle friendly? Is that a thing that you have to be? I mean, there's a lot of policies in Vero and generally the Florida coast that reference turtle safety, and turtles can be distracted by the wrong type of lighting and things like that. So if you're watching this not in Vero Beach, that's what we're talking about.
Definitely. Especially with not so much on the holiday lighting because most of the holiday lighting season falls where, it's out of the turtle season.
Oh, that's true.
But we do a lot of coastal lighting projects for landscape lighting, where we used FWC, which is Florida Wildlife Commission approved fixtures. So I've actually had meetings before where we've met with like FWC employees, or like the people that, you know, monitor the beaches for the turtles, and make sure that we work with them to make sure that the products that we use are safe for the turtles and, you know, in compliance with their standards.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. So you said that you go down as far as South Beach, right?
Yeah,
On different projects.
I mean, we go all over the state for commercial projects. I would say our core market is usually from like Boca to up to like Melbourne, Florida.
Okay.
Yeah. So obviously Vero Beach is like our primary market.
Well, sure.
Yeah. So like I said, I like doing work here because I actually get to see it, you know, every day. So, but we cover a vast market now in terms of like where our displays are.
Okay. So if somebody called you from Tampa or something like that, you guys could go down and
Yeah,
accommodate.
mainly for commercial projects, but yeah, I've done some work for like the city of Clearwater and stuff, and some projects over there on the West Coast.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay. So in addition to, you know, expanding your territory and inventing new light fixtures, what else is coming down the pipeline, or what are some other things that you're hoping to kind of do eventually with the company?
Yeah, for the most part, really just focusing on growth right now. You know, expanding throughout Florida. You know, I'm excited to work with McKee again this year. So we're going to create a new display this year to kind of celebrate a big anniversary that's coming up for them. So
Yeah. So what are you doing for McKee this year? Can you give us any hints?
I don't want to give it too much away, but working with them for a big anniversary they have coming up, and they got some unique designs coming out. It's going to be different from last year. So, and like I said, it gets a little bit bigger every year. So I would just definitely, you know, tell everyone to go check it out.
All right. And you can get tickets on their website, right?
Yeah. Yeah, could just go to their website, and I believe they have the calendar out there, so you can check that out, get all the information right through McKee.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that people should know about holiday lighting? When should they start contacting you for stuff?
A month ago.
Okay.
So,
Fair.
now
Start now for
it's-
next year.
Yeah, it's never too early to start. Obviously we get booked out and it's very busy, so the earlier the better. That's a pretty common question, but it just makes it easier for us that, you know, if you can you know, get the process going now, and, you know, in order to reserve your preferred installation date, it's better to do it earlier than later, because like I said, we do get booked out. So
Yeah. Okay. Well, tell the people how they can contact you for all of their holiday lighting needs.
yeah, so you could go to our website, www.elitechristmaslighting.com, or you could call us at 772-933-9349, or send us an email at sales@elitechristmaslighting.com.
Perfect.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Everyone, go visit Tony's website. Check out all the cool things that they do in lighting. Make sure you mark your calendars for the McKee Christmas display this year. And Tony, thank you so much for being such a great guest.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me.
It was my pleasure. All right, everyone. We'll see you next time. Like, follow, click all the links in the description, and we'll see you soon. Cheers.